Hi everybody, and welcome back once again to another great episode of Home Build Happiness. My name is Ron, and today we're going to take a saw apart. Let me show you what we're working with here, and then we'll get started on disassembly and getting those new brushes in, right? Let me preface this video real quick by saying that if you have like a Makita or a DeWalt that are designed to have these brushes changed, there might be an access door or something that makes this a lot easier than having to completely disassemble the unit. But on something like a Walmart unit like this, or Drill Master, or one of those, you're not going to get that. This isn't going to be too hard. We're going to do it right here in this van seat. So we've got a Hyper-Tough 12 amp circular saw. I took it apart to find out that the old brushes inside of it actually broke in half, and they were pretty charred up. So I went on Amazon. I was able to find 4 brand new brushes for $3. They do not appear to be the best of quality, but they are going to do the job, I think. So let's go ahead and get started with disassembly here. I've just got a top of a pellet container here. We're going to catch our screws in that. I already started by taking off the blade anchor assembly here. Have that off. We took this rubber stop off also. And then I've taken 2 of these screws off, and we're going to start the video there. Almost forgot about you guys. All right, so we're going to get right here. Pull that spring off. And those fluorocarbon brushes, they're actually for a DeWalt unit. I found them online for $3. They're usually about $7 to $10. I will go ahead and link that product in the description. So if you're having this problem and you need to get yourself some brushes, you can use those. And it might be a good deal. Depends if they work. If you're working with a cheap Walmart saw like I am, these screws are all the same. I cannot speak for other units though. Now sometimes you get these deep screws here, they can be a pain. What you do is hook that lip on it and then bend your drill out where you put some pressure right there. There you go, you can press on it and get that loose. Or just have the right size screwdriver, that also helps. So I don't believe these units are built to be serviceable, this particular one. And I've already bought another saw to replace it. I mean, these things are so cheap. But, you know, why not have a second one? You know what I mean? If you're out on the job site and you get where you... Whoa, we dropped one. There we go. You get where you need yourself a secondary saw. It's always good to have, you know, another one laying around, right? And folks, if you have not checked out the rest of our channel and everything that we do, we actually live off-grid. On a homestead in the high desert, and we're fully self-sustainable. So we've got a screw hidden underneath here. So folks, if you haven't seen our other material, we actually do a lot with you know, building up the homestead, building our camper that we stay in. We also do a lot of work on this van, gear swaps and the like. And there's a lot there if you want to check that out. We also got a website you can check out. That's www.homebuilthappiness.com. Okay, here we go. And we're losing screws all over the place, but that's not a problem. Okay. We'll get these guys here back together. Make sure this assembly here is still in place. That should be able to turn, and you want to make sure that it still does. There we go, motor seated. There we go, that's what we want. All right, so folks, we have a set of brushes here, a set right here. You can see this communicator is a little worse for wear. It's seen better days. So let me show you what we're working with. I've been in here before. There is a brush holder right here that mounts to this board. You can see where this one, try to get you in there. This one's already scorched, and I've taken this holder out, and I've got a new brush in it already. So we'll go ahead and replace that, and then we'll take this side out, and I will show you how I replace that one, okay? So we're gonna get in here. Let me throw a dome light on. It's getting a little dark. I want you folks to be able to see everything. All right. So I'm gonna sit that one right there. I'm gonna sit this other one right here. Now this is spring loaded. I've got it actually sitting under tension right now with that new brush in it. So let's slide it out. It is right there. And I think we're gonna hook that guy on just like that. So these brushes sit under tension. And this brush is not made for this unit. But we made it work, and I'm gonna actually show you all what I did to make it work. And it's very simple, guys and gals. We got that in there, and then right here there's another line that needs to connect on this unit. So there's a line coming off the motor that's going to go onto that little holder, that brass holder, and then there's one that goes from the brush on here as well. So there's a spot that got damaged on the communicator here, but I'm thinking we can make it work regardless. You got a line right here coming from the AC motor that's going to come off. Okay, we're going to take that screw out. Take that screw out. This piece is going to pop up. See if I can give you some light. As you can see on there, that carbon brush is actually broken in half. Now these are cheap parts to replace, folks. All right, so all that we're going to do to get that out, first thing you got to do is take that that wire that's on the brush. We got to get that off. So we're going to pull that off, and all I'm going to do is take a key. And we're just gonna rest this spring over here. We're not gonna let that spring decompress. Just gonna use the head of my driver there. There's one piece of the brush. There's the second piece. All right, so here comes the important part, okay? So you want to give that a tug. Make sure that's actually in there good. Okay? Now you're going to take this guy and you're going to notice, wow, this isn't going to fit, right? All I'm going to do is take this over to a center block and I'm just going to file it down. You can use a piece of concrete. You can use the floor in your garage. Just use something and just file that down to a size that fits. If you're putting this in the models that are specified on the listing in the description, it should work just fine for you. But again, this is for Walmart, and their carbon brushes are a little bit shorter and a little bit narrower. So I'll go do that. I'll be right back. Go back here with our key once again. We're just going to bring that spring back out of the way. I'm going to take this brush, I'm going to just drop it right down in there, just like so. Now once you put that spring on it, it's going to want to push it out, so just have your finger ready to catch it. So as you can see, spring's pushing it, which is just fine. I'm gonna go ahead and make it easier for myself, and I'm gonna put that lead on right there. And then all we're gonna do reconnect that, and now we're going to reassemble the unit. Just keep in mind when you're taking these things apart, now these wires generally have a way that they route through here. And just make sure you keep in mind what that routing is, so you don't pinch anything. We're going to grab this guy. We got that hidden screw. We want to make sure that we get that. Alright, so that's it. We basically took that circular saw and took it from being essentially a piece of garbage, and we're getting a little bit more life out of it. It only cost us about $1.50 in brushes. Like I said in the beginning of this video, if you do have a unit that's designed to have these brushes changed, you probably have an access door or a much easier way to access those brushes. These kind of smaller, cheaper units, they're just disposable throwaway units, so they don't really give you easy access to them because they're essentially not supposed to be replaced. I think they're probably betting on the unit dying before those brushes go out, but in this case, we're able to get just a little bit more use out of it. That's one of the things out here on the homestead. When you got items that you can pull a little bit more life from, you try to do your best to keep that maintenance up and keep the longevity of those items up there. Folks, I appreciate you taking the time to watch, If this video has been helpful at all, go ahead and give us a like, consider a subscription to the channel so you can be up to date on any new material that comes out. My name's Ron, and we'll see you next time. Bye.